Hey guys, back again with another episode of Dark Souls. I think over the course of the next 4 episodes, because I recorded two sessions back to back, which are about 2 episodes each. I'm debating on whether here I was and like, should we go do the Darker Garden, or should we go get something that we could have gotten right at the beginning of the game, but I chose not to for some stupid ass reason. I just went my normal way. Now, with what you're going over the course of the next few episodes, when I do the whole Rhea of Thorland thing, that'll be one part of the text, like the dialogue. That's one way the interpretation is. Now, however, if you can beat, let's say you beat the Bell Gargoyle, she'll appear behind Petrus, who's already there at the beginning of the game. Okay, you talk to them, exhaust all three of their dialogues. Her, Vincent, Nico, her two guards and her. Exhaust all of their dialogues. Beat the cat. Let's see. After you do that, you leave the area. Come back. They're gone. They've gone to the Tomb of the Giants. You can go there too. You definitely go there to the Tomb of the Giants. You can go right there through the catacombs, but you cannot beat Nito, who's the first of the dead. From the intro cutscene. You can't beat him because you don't have the Lord Missile, but you can get pretty fucking far in the Tomb of the Giants. But I never went over this because I thought it was a given, kind of. There's a bunch of starting equipment. There's Homeward Bones, Lloyd's Talons, Morning Star, a few pretty decent things. But as I was saying, they'll all be gone, and then I think all of them will be gone. Then you go down to the catacombs, and beat the catacombs, get to the Tomb of the Giants, get to where Patches pushes you off, and what'll then happen is, kill their two guards which have turned hollow after you talk to her. Once you do that, she'll give you a unique miracle, I think, and then go back to Firelink Shrine. And as long as Lautrec is there, you can unlock new dialogue. I've never done it before myself personally, so I've never really experienced a dialogue. But you can look up lore videos and you'll hear the dialogue. I mean, you of course won't, because the thing is, here you don't have have them actually moving their mouths at all. They're just standing there and audio's playing of the voice actors. So when you're listening to the lore videos of the alternate of the other dialogues, you won't be missing anything apart from, hey, look, it's the game. I'm just showing all the all the items here in the catacomb, in the graveyard. But what happened is that Petrus is kind of like either jealous or he sounds reviled by the fact that she's also trying to do this chosen undead thing, and she's royalty or something. She doesn't deserve to be here or something like that. I don't know, something stupid and petty. But so when you rescue her after doing the things, I think that's a easy item to obtain, and of course, since I can't get up, of course, if you want to get the Wrath of the Gods, but you need to do other things first, you probably want to kill Petrus. It doesn't break your covenant with the Way of the White if you're even part of that stupid covenant. But Rhea, I think, sells her shit for cheaper, and she's the only one who you can get Wrath of the Gods from, which is actually pretty damn useful at some points. It deflects certain spells. I'll showcase that later, I think in a later episode. But before I forget, first very important thing is that down in the catacombs you cannot kill the skeletons. They'll die and stuff, but they'll keep reassembling themselves because there are necromancers nearby. guys with skull lanterns and weird looking raggedy robes, those are the #1 priority. Otherwise, you're not going to get in very far. There are a few of them here. I read somewhere a long time ago that apparently divine weapons, like ones with divine, like you'll see right there, it says 140 right there, down at the bottom with the white ring, that does divine damage apparently. So here, I mean, you could. I don't know if they give you souls or not, but all you want to do is just want to run through the. Just keep progressing. Some of those weird statues will shoot spikes, but they don't really do that much damage. So you want to run down through here. After I get these guys, though. So you run through here, and here's the first necromancer right here. You can actually pick up their skull lanterns, but you don't really. But they're used for the Tomb of the Giants, and you get one anyways in a little bit. When you get to the Tomb of the Giants, there's just one there. But anyways, so there's alternate dialogue when you attack Petrus. When you attack Petrus, he's like before he confession or whatever. Because if you talk to Lautrec, I think you can pay souls for the hint or something. And this is before you do the second bell. If you do this after you do the second bell, then you're kind of fucked. You need to, but he'll kind of be like more of an ass and like kind of like more of a revolting personality, kind of, instead of being like, oh, my lady, where has she gone to, kind of thing. Kind of like just trying to fake it. I mean, you can never truly have him. You have to have Lautrec tell you, or something. You have to pay for the hint or something like that. I can't. That's what it said on the wiki. So I'm not going to do the alternate pathways and things like that for characters, because you can just look that up and you'll hear all the dialogues, like I said, with the lore videos and things. But I will try my best to get Solaire in the final boss fight, along with the. Okay, here is what is a smart thing I just did. Putting in the Ring of Sacrifice on. I had to check just to double check, but very useful. Anyways, I am going to try and get this Katarina, the onion bros. I'm going to try and get them completed. I'm going to try my best to get those two done. Those two sets of storylines done, because I don't think I'd never gotten Solaire to be part of the final boss fight. I've never gotten, I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where, Siegmeyer, the Siegmeyers and Sieglin's quest. There is a, hammer like spear thing here. I forgot where it was exactly. But it's pretty much the same thing as a Murden hammer. But anyways, yeah, these ones respawn because there's a necromancer that you can't quite get to right now. But what you want to do is just want to book it to this switch, and you really want to get the switch done so you can flip that bridge, and now you can get to the next necromancer so you can kill these skeletons later. But if you go over here, there's a Soul of the Proud Knight. I think it's, yeah, just a regular one. Bleed status, I think all that I know is that it really fucks up your HP. Like, it gives you massive damage once you get to final. Like, get it all the way up, like you have a full bar and it turns yellow. It says blood loss. You just lose a lot of HP. You normally don't die from from the bleed status, from getting blood loss on there. I'm pretty sure you don't. You can tell which ones are fake because they're a little bit different. You can see right there. So I'm trying to check it. is that the as I'm trying to check if this is the right one, but you can't really see down there very well. From this, we're not there yet, but there are 2 crystal lizards, and you can pretty much only kill one. There's a white titanite chunk and some twinkling titanite. I was checking to see if there's something over there. I missed, obviously. I wouldn't normally do the heavy attack on the base game Great Swords of Artorias. Abyss Great Sword, fucking do that all day. But not the cursed and uncursed versions of the Great Sword of Artorias. Don't do that, because it doesn't really do much in terms of damage. So that's just a loop around. Now, here I'm pretty much going through all the places that we like, trying to get all the unique items, the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. This took me 5 or 6 playthroughs to do. I think 5. You land on here, get here, and now you have the Great Scythe, which is the best weapon if you're doing a dexterity build. The best weapon if you max it out all the way and have... I thought I saw a necromancer there, but I was mistaken probably. And the reason why I didn't push that switch yet is because I wanted to go over here and showcase where you can get the Gravelord sword that I was using last episode primarily. So that's to the lowest area of the catacombs, right before the boss of this area. And if you have to kill this Titanite demon for it to work. But right behind him are items that you use for the Covenant, and Gravelord Servant Covenant is kind of eh. Like, I think a lot of people, not very many people use it because that doesn't apply until you're like a New Game Plus-ish. And I haven't really been much for Covenants. I'm just there for the single-player part. I don't care for invading worlds. If somebody invades my world, I'm gonna... especially with this character, they don't know what they're getting themselves into at all. They're going to get fucked in the ass straight up. So there are 3 eyes of death. Those are essentially the humanities, the sunlight metals of this Covenant. So if we go to this coffin, you can nestle in it, and just like when you curl up into a ball for going back to the Undead Asylum, you gotta wait a little bit for the first time. Like the very first time you try this. But there's also I do change my Covenant, I think, in this episode, or within these 4 episodes. I know I do change my Covenant, but the reason I do this is because we need it to have a certain NPC, a certain vendor appear. He will appear at the bottom of Blight Town, and he'll sell some pretty cool stuff. He does... I don't know how to activate the dialogue from Alvina saying... Because it's a Forest Hunter Covenant, and it's Shiva of the East that's the vendor that's in Blight Town. But I don't know how to get her to say... to talk about Shiva of the East. So... Here, we just took... we're going to take a really big shortcut, but we can't do anything here quite yet. We are at the boss area. Not for the catacombs, but for the Tomb of the Giants. We are where Gravelord Nito rests. If you come in through this way, going into the coffin. So here is Nito. You can pray to the sarcophagus Gravelord, and you can enter the Covenant, which gives you the Gravelord sword, and I think the Gravelord sword dance, which is pretty decent. It's kind of hit and miss. Over here, I think is where if you defeat Paladin Leroy, which is a reference to Leroy Jenkins. And if you guys don't know who the fuck Leroy Jenkins is, then You're even worse at internets than I am. Everybody knows. Leroy Jenkins is like, everybody knows. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that. Um, so, and don't worry that that Titanite Demon is not respawn. Does not respawn at all. So I'm gonna go back to the Undead Asylum and get Pursuers again. Because right now I only have 3 uses, and it does take up 2 slots. So if you want to stack it up a bunch, then go be my guest. But this is how you get to when you get to the bottom, you'll see like a Black Knight up there, and it's like, how the fuck do I get up there? This is how you get. This is how you get there. Let's see if I can get him with a. Oh, I've just barely got him. I wouldn't knock him off, at least quite yet, and he missed with that strong attack. You can get his Great Axe as well, which I did, but holy fuck, is it amazing. Like the 2-handed strong attack, you can fling someone up in the air. So, this is the lowest area, full of bone wheel skeletons, which is, depending on where you go, the first place, depending on how you play it. Like for me, it was the Painted World that was the first place you find bone wheels. This is this other area, that is. And we'll get the wolf ring. I'll explore all of Darkroot Garden. The basin we've already pretty much done. As I was talking about, the divine. So this great sword of Artorias is the one that's used with the broken sword, or I think it's like the straight sword hilt or the broken sword or whatever, the broken one that does like no damage when it's plus 10 and stuff. With the Soul Sif, you can do that, or you can use a 2-handed to save yourself from buying a shit ton of transient curses, or use them sparingly. When you go to the New Londo Ruins, which is full of fucking ghosts, what you can do is you can instead get like an actual sword. I think it's a broadsword. That's what I did. A broadsword plus 10, and I got the black bladed one. And that is cursed, so it is pretty much got a permanent transient curse effect on it, so that it can always attack ghosts. With transient curses, though, you can use any weapon. With that greatsword, you can only use that one weapon. But still, it's. So yeah, okay, we already did that. But it's perfectly fine. Here there's the 4th. One of the 4. Blacksmiths is also here, the one that deals with fire and chaos. And there's also a ring somewhere around here, so if we go down there, we can go to the blacksmith, but you have to be pretty careful. And don't worry, we'll do that. That's why I'm going to go back and forth, I think, a couple more times. One more time after I get through this way, because I want to show off as much as I can here, so people aren't like, what about this area? What about the rest of the catacombs? So that door is to progress further. And look, we can now kill these guys permanently. Now, of course, I wasn't like this whole time I've been talking. I have not been paying attention to see if. Yeah, that's what happened. You'll get knocked the fuck back. So you want to be really careful when you get knocked by those exploding heads, which we'll see in New Londo rooms, but in very few in number. So that's the last switch that we need to deal with, I think. I don't know if I get souls if the necromancer's still around and I kill a skeleton and get fall to pieces. If I do, then that's an excellent way of farming without having to go back and forth to a bonfire. Now remember, don't be expecting that your numbers for gaining souls will be the same as mine. Fuck no. I'm on New Game Plus 8. You guys ain't getting near that much. But anyways, we go through here, and we'll be back. See? Where the Great Scythe was? And we do this. Which opens the door above, but we're not gonna, and like I said, we're not gonna go down there quite yet. I've actually I'm pretty sure I've decided which game I'm gonna do after this. So yeah, that just opens the door out to here. But you don't forget about don't forget about this. This is pretty important. This is to the next bonfire here. As I was saying, I think I figured out the next game I want to do. I'm either going to do, because I deleted my first Crisis 3 video because that was, yeah, it was bad on my part. Because that was like when I first started out, and I was like, I want to make quality content, and then it was complete shit. I might try to do live commentary. I'm still depending on it. I think one of the main reasons why I did post commentary on this is because one, I can easily just pop up here. Before I start recording, I can have everything I want to talk about lore wise ready to go, over just the reactions. I mean, the reactions, I try to play them up a little bit because I'm just like, right now I'm just like, ugh. But we want to go through there. And when I was playing this, I thought I was online, but I'm actually not. These are developer things. They just added them with a new update, I think. So you want to come down here because there's a ring you need if you want to fight an optional boss, or join a covenant. You don't have to fight the boss, of course, but the important thing is that you need to and when you get the ring, don't homeward bone it quite yet. You want to fall all the way up here and kill this necromancer. There we go. Now the skull lantern that you get from them, kind of shit, because you have to use them in your shield hand when entombing the giants. Okay, so there's no rating, so it's a developer mission. But anyways, the boss is Gwendolyn, and you can get into his covenant if you just kneel in front of his thing. His fog gate. There's the Tranquil Walk of Peace, which is a once per playthrough. It's a unique, so it's a once per playthrough thing. And now we're all the way back at the at the beginning area of the catacombs, pretty much. I think we're gonna be down there, but only for a little bit. But let's just go. As I was saying, like, reactions are pretty nice for a good laugh or something. But for this one, I want to be more informative, because I'll be like, because I looked up the alternate dialogues Petrus, and I'm like, I did not know that. I mean, that's what I'm talking to you about. Now, you guys would probably been like, what the fuck about this? What about the other way you could do this Petrus thing? I'd be like, the fuck you talking about? And I have to look it up later, and that's why, like, sometimes when I'm just doing nothing, I'm like, you know what? Or for the sake of my Let's Play, let's just look up fucking Dark Souls shit. Oh fuck, I cannot believe this. It is the 20. It just turned the 27th. How was your guys' Christmases? Mine was pretty good. I went to Oregon for a few days to go visit my uncle, which was pretty fucking cool. I got out of it, and I got Crisis 2, which is what I was talking about. Doing the Crisis thing, starting with Crisis 1, then 2, then 3. Of course, I'm going to run through Crisis 2 first by myself. But anyways, here's the blacksmith that deals with, and he's got a freaky ass looking bone beard, and this also leads to the lowest area.
Be gone with you.
Now, his voice, the person who did his voice, I don't know what they were doing, but it sounds such low quality, to be honest. It really annoys me. Because it's the only character that does that. So he's kind of an ass, but since we still haven't given... So he's talking about he's going to be... Yeah, we still have the Dark Ember. But, yeah, I went down to Oregon for a few days. I went to go see my uncle, and we all went to go see the new Hobbit movie, The Desolation of Smaug, which was fucking awesome. And since he's he loves movies, he's got an assload of movies all over the place, and so he and I were watching Dune for a little while, and then he had to go somewhere, and so I finished watching Dune, and that's like an 80s sci-fi movie, and it's my dad was telling me about it, like it was, like, made it sound like it was the best thing since sliced bread. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll watch it. And then I watched it. I'm like, fucking epic. If they remade this to be all nice and shiny and shit, oh, that'd be so cool. Then I watched Into Darkness on 3D Blu-ray, which was the fucking bomb. They even brought back the total con scream, but wasn't the right person who did it. At least I think, yeah, not the right person who did it. If you could, not the right character who did it. I have to say is that it was not Captain James T. Kirk who did the con scream. But since we're just about there now, these items up here, you have to get. It's really hard to. I mean, people can probably do it easy. People get lucky. Me, it's fucking hard, man. Really fucking hard. So I'm not gonna deal with it. I think those aren't anything special. They're just souls, I think. So don't worry about it. But if we go over to here's the last necromancer, which you do want to worry about. I don't know if he respawns the bone wheel skeletons, but he might. So here I'm just exploring everything, of course, and also you can attack while on a ladder, which actually can come in handy at some points, but not every single enemy goes through that. They actually climbs ladders and things. And now we're back here. So two different ways to get to the bottom. So we're gonna go back down to this way. And we're gonna go fight the boss. Now this boss has a 100% chance of dropping one of three masks. The mask of the child, the mask of the mother, the father, and the child. They look really fucking creepy, especially the mask of the child. Motherfucking creepy, man. But the reason why people should definitely go for this at the very beginning, and if they can, after they've beaten the bell gargoyles, they should definitely try and do the Rhea of Thorland quest to get her back to the Undead Parish. But at least after you've defeated that, like cleared that area of the church where she'll sit at where that Tower Knight, that Baronique Tower Knight guy is, that big scary dude with the tower shield. At least kill him first, so it's a lot easier to get near her. So here's Pinwheel, who's mother, father, and child. The child one is on the top. The mother one is the other silver one, and the father is obviously the one that's left. This boss is fucking easy. I did this on a level 50 character, which was pretty balanced. Like there was no stats like outstanding, with a Drake sword plus I think 1. I think it was plus 1 or plus 2. And I lost about half my health from the attacks from him, because I did it from my cousin's boyfriend who was playing Dark Souls, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this for you. And I got down there. I died a couple times on the way there, but and it reminded me, I can't play. I really need to stop playing so fucking stupid like. Now this is the sunlight maggot. It's basically the entire enemy that's on your head, and that orb of light is fucking helpful. So over here is a shortcut. But I'm gonna let you guys. This is getting towards the end of the episode here, so we'll talk more about this stuff. And I'll leave you with a fucking stupid ass death that I did. Cannot fucking believe I did it and not just. So it leaves you right back to the thing, and also gives you a soul. But just don't do what I'm about to do, and I will see you guys later.